What is up, guys? It's your boy, Agent Ubeda here, Alexis Ubeda, with the special guest today, Franco Stasilli from Grant High School in Van Nuys. For those of you watching on YouTube, I'm actually wearing my Grant jersey. Look at that. Look at that. And I'll explain why. Not many people know that I actually went to Grant. But right now, Franco is a head baseball coach and football coach and a PE coach there.
Yes.
If you really think about it, I don't know if you realize this, but you are Grant. If you really think about it, you I don't know how you feel about that in regards to you are the face of Grant, right? Would you say that? I mean, have you even thought about that? I put him on the spot. But honestly speaking, it's a great feature to have. I mean, we're gonna get into your story. I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but you're the baseball coach and the football coach.
Correct.
You are Grant. This is that simple.
Spend a lot of time there, yeah.
The Italian stallion. So, Mr. Lancer here, we're gonna get into that right now. But as we normally do, Franco, we do our Today in Baseball. Today's April 2nd, 2023. So we do Safe at Home podcast. We talk about real estate and we talk about being safe at home in baseball. So we kind of mix it together, if that makes sense. That's why we have the Safe at Home. So I like to mix in a little real estate, a little baseball history. So today, in 1996, I don't remember this guy. You're a little younger than I am. Cecil Fielder, which is Prince's dad, steals the first base of his career in his 1097th game. He'll steal another before the season ends. That was a big guy. Yeah, you remember?
I do remember him.
The fact that he stole is like, yo, what are you doing? But that's pretty. I love reading this stuff because you're like you read something, you're like, oh shit. I would never imagine he'd care to steal.
No.
That was a big dude.
I'm wondering what the situation was that made him steal.
Hey, he said, I'm gonna go. I feel light today. That guy hit bombs. He would take Prince and obviously he took him to the games, but he was hitting jacks in high school.
During BP.
Yeah. Oh, you're good. Just put it back on so it doesn't bug you. We can edit that.
Oh, here, I can do it for you.
Because then it's gonna be bugging you the rest of the day. So then it doesn't your arm.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry.
Sorry.
You're good. We can always cut it out.
Yeah, we'll edit this part.
There you go.
Thank you.
There we go. And that's yours, obviously. So, all right, ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool. So what I was saying, Cecil would take Prince, and wasn't Prince hitting bombs like out of during
their BP?
Yeah, during BP at Tiger Stadium. Yeah, I think as a high school kid.
Yeah,
like this guy was already, there. Like he was bananas. Here's a quick fact. I don't know if you're aware. I could be wrong for all the baseball heads, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, well, first of all, Cecil was a right-handed hitter and Prince was a left-handed hitter.
Right.
But did you know that they finished with the same career home runs?
Really?
That's wild. Hey, think about that. You and your dad hit the same career home runs in the MLB.
Yeah. How many?
A shit ton. Let me look that up. Yeah. But how does that even happen? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's just crazy to me. Watch Prince. Let's look it up real quick. Prince, Fielder. And I guess they had a fallout, and Cecil, which sucks, but that's another story. Watch, let me see. Yeah, home run stats. 319.
309.
That was easy.
Cecil Fielder had 1,470 games, 319 home runs. Prince had 1,611 games. He played a little bit more, and they both had 309. Dude, that's
crazy.
It's a buzz. Isn't that like those? That's one of those stats that you're like, how's a father and son? Anyways, they were great hitters, and that's a cool fact to have right there. But in reference to that, so we'll go real quick. So that was Today in Baseball. Today in Real Estate, we have a bunch of first time buyers programs. So for people that haven't bought a home yet, There's down payment assistance, closing cost assistance. So today in real estate, we're just briefly talking about that. We can help you guys with helping with the down payment, closing cost. There's even another program that helps you buying down a rate. So there's a bunch of stuff out there for first-time buyers that people don't know.
Right.
So I just touch base on that real quick. As you guys know, we'll have our information here, so you guys can reach out to us. We can help you guys out with the real estate stuff. But now back to the fun stuff. Let's talk to some baseball. So with you, let's start off with you. You were at Grant with your brother. I remember your brother too.
Yeah.
He was a little older than you, right?
2 years older.
2 years older.
Yeah.
What he was hitting jacks when I met you guys.
Yeah.
You guys were both on the. If I'm not mistaken, this is how old I am about to show you, but didn't I coach you? I think
My freshman year.
Right, like at a tournament. Was it the Vegas tournament or was I forget? I went back so many times.
We went a couple times to El Camino.
Okay.
I don't know about the Vegas tournament.
Okay, I know I was there. I think I was helping
Franco
Tito,
Maya.
right? Yeah. Oh, Maya.
Yeah.
Oh, Maya was there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Frank, Maya, and all the Lancers. Yeah. Oh my, really? That was way back.
Yeah.
Who's coaching you? Who were we helping out? Zimmerman or was it Lawrence?
Ellison.
Oh, Ellison. Is he still there?
He is. He's the dean.
Is he the dean?
Yep.
Shout out to Ellison. Hey, this is a Grant house today. This is all Grant Lancers today.
Ellison and I, we meet up every Tuesday morning. We play basketball in the gym.
That's
a couple
today.
Other guys. Yeah, we didn't today, but
The week off?
We took this week off, but every Tuesday we meet up, play basketball.
What time is that?
He can still hoop.
What time is that?
We meet up 6 a.m.
You don't want none of that. Damn, 6 a.m.? Oh, yeah, I'm sleeping, guys. Listen, my bad, dog. You guys meet up at 6?
Yeah.
Who shows up? You two? You guys run like
couple other
fours or what?
teachers, coaches. Yeah, usually 3s and 4s. Yeah, depending on the week.
Oh, let me see. And what time are you done?
7:30.
I got to take the kids to school, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, you got lucky, bro. You got lucky. He still hoops, huh? I remember he always loved to hoop.
Yeah.
He'd be like, Ubeda, you got nothing on me, dog. I go, white boy can't jump, man. But I do remember he talked about that for years. Like, yo, let's go play.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a trip. I'm glad he's still there.
He's good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's been there, man.
He's been there as long as you and I have been there.
I want to say like 28 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's the guy behind the scenes. You're the guy in front of the scenes because you're the one that has to talk to everybody. Good game or bad game. You're the one that has to show face. But he's the one in the back, right? Basically, as a dean per se, right?
Yeah, he's really busy. He's got to deal with a lot of the things everyone else doesn't want to have to deal with.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
yeah.
He comes out every now and then. His boys playing ball right now. Both his boys.
At Grant?
No.
I'm like, really?
Yeah, they're at the school around where he lives. I want to say Maranatha.
Is it? They're playing baseball?
Yeah.
No way.
Both his sons, they play football as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
His older boy's a senior, younger's a sophomore.
No way.
Yeah.
Ellison was all right. He was all right. Ellison can dig it, man. He can run out there in center field. I heard he was really, really good.
Yeah.
With the wheels. Are the kids the same? Or the fast guys? Or are they like more of a like what were they?
Our baseball guys?
No, they're his sons.
Oh yeah, his older boy's a center fielder.
It's just like
can
that.
Fly, really good receiver in football.
No shit.
His older boy's a little stalker. He plays first base.
Okay.
Power.
Nice.
And a pitcher. So
nice. Ellison, what is up? Yeah. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. So you started at Grant. What were the years that you were there? Remind me, if you don't mind.
As a student,
I think you graduated in 05, right?
Yeah.
So a little bit about Franco. You weren't just in baseball. You played football.
Correct.
And now you're the head coach for both.
Yeah.
05, your senior year in football. If I could be wrong here, but don't you hold the record for wide receiving touchdowns?
Yeah.
For the Lancers?
Yeah.
Damn! Yeah. You got to drop the damn. You have a bomb there? Like a... You have anything like that?
I'll put it in both.
Okay. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about going back. Let's go back to memory lane in regards to how that, like, your football. What I remember was that football was your number one and baseball was your secondary. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That is right, right? Yeah. But talk to me about that, because your brother played football too, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So did you guys get to play together, or because of the years?
In the years, no,
It didn't work out.
Yeah.
Okay.
We played some baseball together.
Yeah.
Tournaments, but not.
Yeah.
football. But growing up was always football and baseball.
Yeah.
But I just had a little more love for football.
Yeah.
Love baseball, but
There's always a little something extra. Yeah.
And so I worked a lot harder at football. Not that I
Really?
didn't work hard at baseball.
Yeah.
But, getting up in the morning, working out, getting ready for football, even when it was baseball season.
Yeah.
But took a lot of pride in both sports.
Yeah.
And had a little more success in football than baseball.
18 touchdowns though?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm like, nah. Am I reading this right? 18. I'm like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Like that. Was that a very competitive team? Like, were you guys really good?
My junior year was better. We had a chance to win the city championship.
Oh shit.
That year.
Who was in that team?
Yeah, we were loaded. We had an all-city quarterback, Deshaun, all-city running back, Anthony Dixon.
Oh, Dick. Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that name. Yeah.
And just loaded with size up front.
I mean, you need a QB to get those TDs, so he can whip it then, right?
Well, he was my junior year quarterback. My senior year quarterback was a different, Steven Sierra. But we had a good connection. He was good. But that junior year team was we were stacked.
Yeah. And Foster was a head coach, right?
Yeah, it was Foster's last year. Was
no
my junior year.
way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Foster.
He just retired.
He just
last year.
Oh, congrats,
Yeah.
Foster. He's a staple there at Grant too. He did.
Oh, yeah.
How many years was he head coach and involved with Grant?
How many years as a football coach? I want to say about 20. But
Jeez.
at Grant,
That's a Lancer legend right there. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a legend. We sent him off with a lot of, the city sent him some awards.
No way.
The school did a lot for him in his retirement, and got a couple more surprises for him.
That's awesome. Yeah. Shout out to him and all the Lancers out there. That's very cool. For him to go give back to the community, which leads to what I was thinking about was, we'll jump back and forth, but how did you go from being a Lancer as an athlete and saying, let me go back and give back now as an adult and show the kids like what I went through and teach them what maybe we learned along the way that we're like, we should have done it better, right? Because that's what I thought the same thing. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back. And that's why I was coaching you guys, because I wanted to do that route where I'm like, all right, go to school, get my, my BA, teaching credential, be a baseball coach, yada, yada, yada. Things didn't work out. It is what it is. It's life takes you different angles and different streets or whatnot. But you did it, right? I just soon realized I didn't want to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Long story short, I was like, I like the other stuff, but I don't know about this stuff.
Yeah.
But you actually did it. And I remember talking to you like, yo, when are you gonna get the teaching credential? And like we kept in touch, and you went full circle.
Yeah.
What inspired that, and when?
Well, it's funny you asked if I could share the story.
Yeah, of course.
Coming out of high school, I wanted to do journalism. And,
Okay, there you go.
I was set in it, and then my senior year, it was senior ditch day, and
Okay.
I had gotten into some trouble with my mom, a couple of months before.
Yeah.
And she told me, if you're not at school, I'm gonna go check, and if you're not there, you're gonna miss some baseball games.
You're not gonna play.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And so I'm like, well, maybe she's bluffing. I don't know. And so I didn't know. I almost went, and I'm like, no, she might come. I'm not gonna take the risk. So I spent the day with Ellison because no seniors were at school, so I was by myself with a handful of.
And he was a baseball head coach.
He was a baseball
at the
coach
time
and PE teacher.
Got it.
So I spent the day with him, and I was like, wow, this is actually a pretty cool gig.
Oh, no shit.
And that's what made me change from journalism to PE.
Does Ellison know the story?
You know,
He might not.
I don't know if he does.
Oh!
When he retires, though, I want to say that story.
That'll be the story.
I wouldn't
wow.
be a coach if I didn't spend that day with him. I don't know what I'd be doing. So
wow.
yeah.
There you go, Ellison, still giving back without even knowing it, man.
Yeah.
That guy was, him and I hit it off.
Yeah, he's a great.
Him
guy.
and I hit it off. It was like, fuck it. I told him, I go, man, I wish you were my coach. My coach didn't hear that, but I told him, he looked at me like, he can't be saying that shit, dog. He was like, Ubeda, yeah, thanks, man, thanks.
My year was my class year was the only year that had him all 4 years because he was a JV coach.
Oh.
And then when he took over varsity was when
you guys jumped in?
Yeah.
So your
I
team,
only played for Ellison.
Your team, like you said, you guys followed him or he followed you, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
How good was that team? Wasn't that a really good team? Didn't you have the Vegas?
Yeah, we had the Vegas. My junior year was a little better. We had Datavio.
Oh, Dot was on that team.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
wow.
The years prior
Shout out
to
to Dot. Shout out to Dot.
Yeah.
That guy hit bombs.
Yeah.
Still hits bombs, I saw. So you guys, that was a good team. Mm-hmm. And you guys followed him along or he followed you, whatever the case was. But
yeah. My senior year, we lost in the second round to Carson. Tough loss. And me and Ellison still talk about that game. But yeah, we made a little run my senior year.
Yeah. What about junior year though? Did you guys
junior year we lost in the first round? Yeah.
Like was it were you guys favorite and then you guys heartbreak?
Yeah, it was a close game. Just a couple things didn't go our way. But
yeah, don't get me started on fucking baseball. And back when I played.
Crazy thing about baseball, there's a couple things.
You never know.
Yeah,
never know. You never know. Wow, what a trip. That is it. So that's what started you to, and then you ended up. Did you go to North? Are you a Matador, Northridge?
Yeah, I got my credential there.
See, Valley strong, guys. We represent the Valley. We even go to CSUN and keep providing there. And if I'm correct here, your first football coach, right, as a football coach was Fulton, right?
Correct.
Right there off Satakoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you see.
Football.
8-man football.
Yeah.
Explain a little bit about it. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
No.
8-man, what are we talking about? I go, oh, so it's just like flag football?
Right.
They're like, no, it's pads.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Explain that. I'm clueless to what that was. I get it now, but.
Yeah, I wanted to be a head coach, and I got word there's an opening at Fulton, but it's 8-man football. I literally had to get on YouTube and
find out
what is 8-man football. Yeah, I don't know. The rules different. I had to learn on the go and change my offense. Oh, I got to take these players out.
They don't exist.
It was a learning curve. Yeah.
There's no, this or that.
Yeah. And I was there 1 year. We lost in the 8-man championship.
Oh, you took them all the way to the finals.
Yeah.
No shit.
They had Fulton had actually won the championship
previous year?
2 years prior.
No way.
Yeah.
How funny.
We lost, and then that offseason, Grant had the opening.
Okay.
And ultimately, I wanted to get back to 11-man football.
Yeah, well, I would assume.
Yeah. And so when that opened up, unfortunately, the principal had a PE teaching opening, and
Jesus.
It just all worked out perfectly.
What else do you want?
Yeah.
It just all lined up.
Yep.
So you went straight as the head coach right away?
Yeah. In college, I was an assistant.
Right, but when you went from Fulton to Grant, you jumped right into it.
I was a head coach. Yeah.
Because I think Rudy was there, right? The Latore?
Right. Yeah, I took over when Rudy started coaching.
Wow. So you jumped in right away, and I want that. What year was that?
2016.
Wait a minute. So I was gonna bring up 2016. Isn't that the year that you guys were like, you went undefeated, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was their first year.
Yeah, first year.
So tell me about that season, because I remember seeing that undefeated season. I don't care what division, what sport, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. First time in school history.
First time. See, what'd I tell you? This guy's the Lancer legend over here. He doesn't even know it. Okay, let's talk about that, because it's your first year in. Well, I'll let you tell. I was going to say something else, but
Yeah, first year was I kind of had to earn the players' respect.
100%.
They were thinking this guy's coming from 8-man football. What
the fuck does he know?
Yeah, seriously, that's what they were saying. And you know, it was just earning their respect, earning their trust. And we didn't have a big team. I mean, there were games we suited up like 18 guys.
That's what I was going to bring up. Like, you guys didn't have a full squad.
No.
And that's undefeated.
Yeah.
You're less of people to work on with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know, obviously less reserves, but that makes it even more impressive in my eyes.
Yeah, these kids had to. I mean, we ran them a lot because knowing they had to go both ways, and everyone had to contribute. But we had some great players at certain positions. That I mean, that quarterback we had, Cameron Perry, he was a great dual threat quarterback.
Yeah.
We had a receiver who went for 16 touchdowns.
Oh,
yeah. I purposely called a couple plays.
He's like, don't throw it to him. Fuck that. Oh, shit.
But, yeah, we ended up getting to the city semis. We lost to a team just stacked with D1 talent.
No way.
Yeah, they shouldn't have been in a D2 division. They were like a top 15 team in the state.
And how did they end up in D? Well, the way I think I know, right? The way that the divisions work, you move up and down depending on your previous years, right?
Yeah, every 2, but they don't realign after 2 years. So the year before they were in
stacked?
D2, they weren't stacked. They had a lot of transfers.
Oh, okay.
So because the previous year they were D2, they had to stay in D2 no matter what.
And then they had a bunch of transfers, so now they were stacked.
Yeah.
What was the name of that school?
Hawkins.
Yeah. What didn't they get called out?
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. I remember now. So I think if I remember correctly, it was it ineligible transfers or what exactly would be the term?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or recruiting purposes or whatever the case may be?
I don't know all the details of what they were doing, but they were breaking some rules.
Yeah.
And I mean, leading up to the game, I was game planning for them.
Yeah.
And Canoga, because we weren't sure who
we
were
going
going
to
to play. Were they going to be eliminated? Were they going to have to forfeit, be out of the playoffs? So
they were already investigating them?
Yeah.
Oh, during the playoffs?
Yeah.
Oh, get out of here.
But they didn't drop the hammer until after the playoffs.
So after you lost to them, did they go to the finals?
Yeah.
Did they win?
No, they lost to LA High, who eventually came out that they were also doing some stuff. So it was an unfortunate.
So both teams were up to no good.
Yeah.
And you guys were here running with less people at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, Heartbreak City.
It was tough.
That was the sixth. That's the year I was going to bring up, and that's the start of your career. So you start off with a bang.
Yeah.
What happened after that? Because it's you guys still did good after that, though.
Yeah, we went 8-2 the next year.
Yeah.
I think we went 6-4 the following year.
Yeah. It got harder and harder.
Yeah, my fourth year we went to the second round of Division One.
Nice.
We ended up getting moved to D1, and now we're playing with the top teams,
the big dogs,
where it's a lot harder to be advanced.
I think this year you guys had a lot of youngins, right, on the squad.
Yeah.
So it was a rough season, right?
It was rough. I mean, we were predominantly sophomores, not even juniors. It was a lot of sophomores.
Yeah.
Which, it's kind of takes me to baseball, where that was our situation last season, just a bunch of sophomores.
Yeah, because this is your third year with baseball now.
Yeah. So we've had these kids for a few years. So next year's football team, I'm actually really excited about because
they're all going to be juniors.
They have that experience.
Yeah.
Juniors. They already know what we're doing. I mean, we were teaching from ground zero last year, and so this year's going to be a lot different. We'll be a lot better.
How did you get into the baseball side of it? I mean, not the sport, and you obviously played it like we said, but when did that come up? When did Ellison say, "Hey, by the way, I need help on the baseball side"? How did that come about?
It actually Ellison. There are a few coaches after Ellison.
No, I know, but I'm assuming Ellison because he's the dean. Does he have any word in that, or?
No,
Or not really?
No,
Oh, okay.
Okay. The former baseball coach prior to me,
Yeah.
he took the AD job, the athletic director job.
At Grant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
And
gotcha.
so
What's his name?
John Minocchio.
Minocchio. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't know John, but shout out to John.
Yeah.
Lancers, baby.
And when he took the AD job, they couldn't find a coach, and I didn't want to see the program just
Yeah.
fall apart. So I said I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. And I got help. Coach Villafane. I don't know if
No.
he's been around at Grant since the late 90s.
Was he the down and back up guy?
The counselor?
Oh, no. Okay, no. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, Coach
Okay.
Villafane's our hitting coach.
Nice.
And, he helps out a lot. But yeah, he's another one. He's a Grant staple. He's been there
Yeah.
for years.
Do we still have the Lancers in center field? The black, you know what I'm talking about?
The Lancer baseball.
Yeah. That's still there?
Yeah.
Oh,
we're getting
wow.
we're getting a new scoreboard after this season.
No way.
So that's nice.
That's
yeah.
dope. That's the hard part, I think. When I was there coaching, helping out, I helped. I guess it was Ellison. Now that you reminded
Yeah.
me, and then I helped Alcantar. Shout out to Eddie.
Oh yeah.
Alcantar. That guy's. Shout out to Eddie Alcantar. Eduardo. He's a cool guy. Another Lancer.
Yeah.
Another Lancer legend there. But the hard part was keeping the field in prime condition, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a public school too, right? It's not like it's private. So keeping it pristine and all that. Is that still an issue where you got to try to, keep it up to date and all that? Like,
Yeah.
it's a job.
It is. Like today was actually my mowing day.
You're mowing? Yeah,
but
you see?
I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But they built, or not built, they had to dig a big trench last season. And because they completely just destroyed the field.
Oh, they
They
did?
put sod, infield, outfield. So now the field's looking really good.
Oh, really?
Now it's just, keeping it up.
Keeping it. Yeah, I remember Lawrence would be out there like during our lunch and just working on it almost every day.
Yeah, that's what
Just
it
to
takes.
keep it,
And that's what we do after practice.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
spend
yeah.
15 minutes.
Watering
getting
it
as much
down.
done. Yeah.
Yada yada.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a process. I remember that.
Yeah, you got to be a grounds crew essentially.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not like you just, get the guy to cut the lawn here. Like,
Yeah.
you got to do it yourself. It takes a lot.
Yeah.
How is that working out for you? Because not only you're a teacher, so then you still got grades, you still got the students, and then like you said, you're there all day, and now you're doing two sports.
Yeah.
How's that working out?
I gotta manage my time.
Yeah.
What we're gonna start doing in a couple weeks is, well, right now my assistant football coaches are doing all the off season stuff. But pretty soon we got to start our spring practices. So when baseball practice ends, now that the time changed and we got some more daylight.
You got some daylight, yeah.
When baseball practice is over, football hops on to the baseball field because football field's being reseeded and everything.
So that's what happens. Or they run on the outfield, right?
Yeah.
They don't cross on the infield, I'm assuming.
Right. No.
Okay.
Yeah. So we start getting football practice in after for about an hour and a half, a couple days a week. And it's just, I got to it's a lot of work, but.
How was Foster and Ellison, how were they guides for you on doing what you do now? Because you saw, you just spoke on how Ellison was kind of like that one day where it kind of triggered you like, yo, this is what I might want to do. Mm-hmm. But then seeing them do it, right? Because everybody does things their way, but I think, to me, I would assume that those were great role models for you to say, well, I can do this now, right?
Yeah.
I can be a head coach in football. And, oh, by the way, I can do baseball too, because I've actually seen it done by someone prior to me that did it well. Would you say that's true in regards to role models to you in regards to that?
Absolutely. In different ways.
Right, of course.
But, Foster, just the love he had to do it.
Yeah.
The passion he had to do it.
Yeah.
You have to have passion to do it for that many years. He did.
There's no way. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah.
And then with Ellison, it's just his ability to. He's just so people friendly.
He's good with the players, right?
Yeah. And that's one thing I loved about him as a player. Like I run through a wall for him because I know how he was. And
that's
you know,
funny.
I'm a little different in ways than Ellison, just personality wise. But that's one thing I took from him the most.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do both without them, having experienced my time with them. So,
I think those would be probably your top two mentors, you say? Or is there someone else that I'm not aware of?
But Foster, Coach Gonzalez, I played for as well.
There you go.
Rudy was a good mentor as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, took a little bit from all of them.
Yeah. And I think that's what we end up doing. So, like for example, a lot of the mentors I've been in the business side, on the industry and real estate side, is I take a little bit of what everybody, because you can't be them.
Exactly.
You got to be you.
Yourself.
You still got to be yourself. So I think that was you're very fortunate to have that. That's awesome. And now, how's this team looking? Because I think you guys this year on the baseball side, you guys doing a little better. I think there was a good game with Poly that just happened, right?
Yeah.
I know a lot of Poly heads. So shout out to Cerna and the Poly head. But what happened there? Maybe you can walk us through that.
We're just, you know, again, we were sophomore heavy last year, really young.
Yeah.
And these kids are back. They worked really hard in the off season.
Yeah.
So we're a lot better than we were. And we snuck up on Poly. I don't think they thought it was going to be a close game, and it was 4-4.
Our house or their house?
We're over there.
Oh, at Poly. Yeah. Ooh, I got a little rowdy. I already know how he gets over there.
Yeah. It came down bottom of the seventh. It was tied.
Bottom of the seventh. So for people that don't know, in high school, that's the bottom of the ninth.
Yes.
That's the final inning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They had bases juiced, 1 out. We get a little short fly ball to right.
Okay.
Throw it home. They didn't tag up.
So now you're 2 outs.
2 outs.
Bottom of the seventh. Tied up.
Yeah. We get a fly ball and
to where?
To center. And
that's where I played. Hello. What happened? We had an injury. We had our backup center fielder out there. Oh, that's always gonna bite you.
It was a tough catch. He feels he should have made it.
Was he like going left, right? Was it
straight in?
He was coming straight in. Did he have to dive?
No. He knows he should have caught it, and we should have went to
Slappy,
extras.
make sure you catch that next time. Let me tell you guys something real quick. In baseball, the ball will find you.
Yeah.
You come in the bottom of the ninth, and they throw you in the right, try to hide you.
Yeah.
It's gonna find you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I'm telling you from experience. They're like, yo, just go to right. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
First hit, right to me. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yep.
The ball will find you, so be ready. Which is why we tell you in practice, you don't know when it's your turn. Mm-hmm. So you guys had your center fielder get hurt, whatever the case may be. Backup, you better be ready because this happens. It's a learning experience, but it happens all the time.
We had a backup second baseman
yesterday, or when was it?
In that game. Backup left fielder.
Reserves.
Yeah, we had reserves, and we had a few injuries. We had to address. I was personally wondering if our guys were a little scared because of previous years.
Okay. Yeah. And that happens.
It happens, but that's where I try to bring the football mentality to baseball.
Yeah, there you go. That's dope.
We're going to compete. And Paulie jumped out to a 3-0 lead. We answered back. They took another lead. We answered back. And so they showed something.
Yeah.
Guys who, the backup second baseman made some great plays. The defense just played
solid.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And kept us in the game. And unfortunately, it didn't go to extras.
So he dropped the ball, he scored, and that was in.
And that was
a walk-off.
That was the heart of their order. We were about to bring up the top of our order. So it was tough that we didn't get to see what would happen. But we had our ace on the mound, and
nice.
He was dealing. And, they ended up – we played them again a couple days later, and they took care of us.
Damn, at Grant. Anybody hit one out?
No one's hit one out this year now.
No.
But lefties, we got a couple lefties, and in BP, they're hitting it out.
So at Grant, for somebody that may or may not know, right field is close.
Yeah,
it's
high and close.
It's high though. It is high.
275.
275 versus typically 325.
Yeah,
but
it's left field's 330.
Yeah, but our fence is in a 10-foot fence. It's freaking massive. It's like the Green Monster.
Yeah.
I hit, I think 2 or 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 2.
I could always get it off the fence. I can.
No. I went oppo. I'm not even. I went oppo. Boom, baby. Let's go. I remember it was who was it? Shoot, it was a Daily News tournament, and one of the guys was like, "Oh, let's go get some Taco Bell." I'm like, "Taco Bell? I don't eat that shit, bro." Like, what the fuck is that? That's high end for me. I was like, I'm eating the cafeteria food. But anyways, I ended up going. And I hit a home run that day, so I was like, "Shit, I gotta eat taco. Yeah. I gotta eat pollo. No, it was pollo loco. I gotta eat pollo loco every day now." It was pollo loco. It was a burrito. I still remember. I was like, "Dude, I gotta eat that every game now because I gotta hit another home run." Oh shit, yeah, but no, it's good times. Good times. Yeah. The baseball there with Lawrence. Shout out to Lawrence. He was our head coach.
Yeah.
We had great runs with them. It was Grant was good to me. It was really fun, and I love the fact that, like I said, you went back and you gave, because I thought of doing that, but I just didn't.
Yeah.
And it's a full circle. That's crazy. That's very impressive. Very very. It's very cool, actually. Very cool. Yeah. When did your love for baseball and in football start? Was that with Dad? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, my dad got us involved in sports at a young age. My brother and I.
Dad looked like he was, like your brother, like big, like he'll run through you, right? Dad looks massive, like this guy can lift.
Yeah.
Was he always, he just like he looks like a football player to me.
He did, yeah. He played like, football and baseball.
See, I didn't know that. I just when I saw that, I'm like, damn, that's a big dude. Like I ain't fucking with him. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he got us involved really early. And I'm glad. My mom's a little. She's Peruvian lady.
She's a firecracker. I know Mom too. I met Mom. So you can't. Hey, chiquita, pero olvídate, brother. But Dad looks like you're gonna listen here, boy.
Yeah. He was really good on us. He was supportive, but also if we didn't play up the bar or he felt we were nervous or scared, he'd get on us. And,
that's dope.
But yeah, it was great times. Really good growing up. He coached us a couple.
No way.
Coached a couple teams.
Your brother got his stature, right? Like I think. Yeah. I think your brother's built more like him, right?
Like just a lot bigger than me.
Yeah,
a lot
he's
bigger.
A big dude.
That's why he was able to hit it out all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I told him to, bro. You're lucky, dog. I use every inch of me to hit it out. You just go. He just went like this. Yeah.
He would never. He did not practice a lot. That's the crazy part. It's like, come on.
We had a guy. It's funny. It reminds me of this. We had a guy in college at Cal State Stanislaus, over there in Modesto, Turlock area. He was a football player. Dude was about 5'11", maybe 5'10", stocky guy. But I mean, his legs. I'm like, yo, you're playing baseball? Like, you don't look like a baseball. He's like, nah, I just play this for fun. I'm like, what? At the college level?
Right.
So he goes, he blew out both of his shoulders, I guess, as a running back. Mm-hmm. He was really good, apparently. Forgot his name. I'm trying to remember his name, but he's from the Sacramento area. And same thing. He reminds it, like, he would just show up, BP, like, okay. And just once he hit the ball, the ball just flew, bro. I'm like, how the fuck? He's like, he didn't even try.
Yeah.
He was your brother was one of those guys. He's like, just here to swing it.
Yeah.
And when it's connected, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, he hit some bombs. I remember that.
Yeah.
I couldn't do.
Yeah, no. But they're so your dad is the one that introduced baseball.
Yeah,
That you'd say?
baseball and football, yeah, he never coached us in football, but baseball.
You played Pop Warner in the Valley?
Yeah, East
No
Valley
way.
Trojans.
Oh wow,
Valley
funny.
Trojans,
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember that team.
Yeah,
Are they still around?
they're not. No,
Okay.
they. A lot of these Pop Warners are not around anymore. You know, Pop
Yeah.
Warner's starting to
I have no idea.
thing of the past. It's like a lot of travel teams now.
But ain't that the same thing? Just no.
It is, but there was a lot more like organizations, you know.
Oh.
And now there's very few. You know.
Yeah, I never played football. Quick story: I actually was a Husky.
Oh, really?
Not official. Well, I guess official or not. I don't know. You know, going into so when I was in high school, I went my 9th grade year. I was in junior high. It wasn't high school.
Oh, right.
That was my
right.
last. That was the last year that they did that.
Yeah.
So, it's all related to Grant, but I was supposed to go to NH. So, because I went to Walter Reed, which I don't know if you know, that's right
Yeah.
down the street.
Yeah.
So, I was supposed to go to NH. So, I went to their, what do you guys call it? Like the summer workouts? Or what? Is that what that is?
Uh-huh.
Where they go to the Hell Week? Is that what
Yeah.
they, I went through that at NH.
Okay.
So, I never got their gear into that. The week, so they're like, hey, on Monday, we're going to throw on pads, helmets and pads. Or helmets, I think it was. And I was like, fuck. I had never played football in my life.
Yeah.
Like just, messing around at the park or whatever. So I was like, damn, helmets? My mom's like, hey, you're not going to NH. You're going to Grant. I'm like, where the fuck is Grant? I have no idea. She goes, yeah, you're not going there. So I went to Grant, and I was like, like this helmet shit is new to me.
Yeah.
But I went through that whole Hell Week and all that nonsense, right? To
Yeah.
me. So I went up to the I went to the P field where right in front of the basketball courts, the window there, you knock on the window and you know what I'm talking about in P?
Yeah.
So I go, hey, I just transferred from NH. I'm a football player. I'm thinking, no, I'm not. But and he's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. He goes, all right. Well, you need to come out here at whatever. And he's like, did you throw on helmets and pads? I'm like, no. He's like, oh, you didn't? I'm like, no, because I left during that, like literally the week before.
Yeah.
So I didn't go back to throw those on. He's like, man, why are you barely telling me now? And I was like, I don't know. Like, because I took a while to go check in. And I was like, fuck that. I'm going to give myself a week off or something. And whoever it was, I don't know. He's like, oh, man, I don't think we can help you. Like, we're already running, like, with pads and helmets. And I literally said, all right. And I just walked away. And I could tell he was kind of like, you're not going to try? Like, he just said, all right, and fucking left. He was probably like, yo, you need to at least convince me you don't want to play.
Yeah.
And it was because I had never played. But I was, so I don't know if I was technically a Husky or not, but I never went to school there. And then, funny story is that, so because 9th grade year, like I said, we were in junior high.
Mm-hmm.
So I really wasn't aware that you can, I don't know if you knew this, the high schools would send buses to pick up the kids and play, if you wanted to play sport.
Okay, I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
That means you only got 3 years, so you still
I got
to
3
play
years.
4.
I could have played 4, but it wasn't a thing. If that makes sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, where are you guys going? And I remember a buddy of mine, he was playing basketball at NH. He's like, I'm going to play basketball at the high school. I'm like, how the fuck does that work? This is our school.
Yeah.
He's like, no, we can. And I was like, scratching my head, like, I had no idea. I didn't know that about baseball either or football. By the time I found out about basketball, they were in season. So
Yeah.
I didn't realize, like, hey, this is your high school years. Like, you're
Right.
missing out a year of high school. So anyways, that year, 9th grade, I used to play, so the basketball jersey, here it comes, right? I used to play basketball. I thought I was pretty good. I thought I was pretty good. So that year, 9th grade, there's a buddy of mine, he's Milton Little. I still remember his name, Milton. What's up, Milton? He's actually a doctor now. Shout out to
Really?
Dr. Little at Cedar Sinai. Yeah. he's like, hey, I got a team, but you know, they're pretty good. Like, you got to come out and try. Like, if you're, and the coach will tell you like he can play or not. Bada bing, bada boom. That's where I met Gilbert Arenas. Shout out to Gil, Lancer legend, baby. Let's go. So Gilbert was on this team. The league was called ARC. We're sponsored by Nike.
Okay.
So I show up. I go to Birmingham High, and I was only Hispanic on the team. That tells you, right? So I was the only non-African American on the team. So I was like, I hope I make the squad. So I was pretty good. So I made the squad. So I played with Gil. Gil was already dominating, bro. It was a trip. I still remember Gil Senior. Shout out to Gil Senior, one of the nicest people I ever met. So they're like, hey, Alexis, we see that you're, kind of small and whatnot. You're probably a point guard. I'm like, yeah, I sure am. Pretty good at it too. But they're like, but this is our point guard. And then Gil walks up. Gil was already like 5'10". I'm like, yo, how are you a point guard, my guy? So his dad was, I don't know if you know the story. His dad was prepping him to be a point guard. So his dad knew, because he was an athlete too. You remember Senior? I don't know if you ever met Senior.
No.
Dude, like your dad, just like big, stocky guy. He's like V-shaped. So if you notice, Gilbert always looks like he's got like really broad, he has broad shoulders. His dad was really broad. It looked like they were wearing pads.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, point is, he was an athlete. He knew what he was doing. And he basically said, Gilbert, you guys are ninth grade kid. You're ninth grade. You might grow another inch or two. We don't know. He might be 7'1", but I'm 6. I think that's like 6'1", 6'2". So he probably figured, all right, if I'm 6'1", 6'2", Gilbert's not going to be 7'1". He's going to be 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
So what does he need to practice on right now? Being a point guard.
Right.
Now, when we would play at that age, all the 6'1" guys were down low.
Right.
So then when they got to high school, they're 6'1", 6'2", doing this. Like,
working.
what the fuck? Like, yeah, that might work at a small school.
Yeah.
But then once you go to college and you're 6'3" and you think you're a center, they're like, bro, what are you doing? Right. You can't dribble? So his dad was prepping him the whole time to be a point guard. So guess what happened to me? Sit your ass down. So I was Gil's backup at ARC. The dude was just already dominating though.
Yeah.
Like this fool and we went to school together at Grand eventually, as you know, but he was shooting 3-pointers like free throws.
Really?
I kid you not. Gil, can you please do a little comment on our YouTube and reassure everybody I'm telling the right story? He would shoot like free throws from the 3-point line at 9th grade. And I'm like, bro, you're not even trying, dog. Like, you're making me look bad. This fool was doing this. He was already dominating the game, but his dad was smart enough to know if he doesn't grow, he's going to be ready for the next level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what made him great, or get ready for that. So then when 10th grade year, when I went to Grant, I'm like, I saw Gilbert, I go, what's up, bro? He's like, oh, what's up? And then that's where I met Howard Levine, another Grant legend. That's another legend. But as a kid, and when he was coaching you, bro, you're like, oh shit, Howard's here. I was like, don't even look the wrong way, my guy. Shout out to Howard though. He's a Grant legend as well too.
I would say he's probably been my biggest mentor.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that before I continue, since.
Oh, he was my mentor teacher when I was student teaching.
Oh, there you go.
I got a lot of my coaching habits from him. I would say I'm a lot more like Coach Levine than Coach Ellison.
No way. Yeah. That is very interesting. And that's a basketball coach.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. I met him
Coach
after
Levine.
High school, and great guy.
Same with me.
Great guy
I was a little scared of him.
But yeah, Grant, we're like, yo, don't even look at that. Don't look that way. That guy will eat you with that look.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Longtime Dodger usher, by the way.
Yeah. And that's when I saw him at Dodger Stadium too.
Yeah.
And you're like, this guy's just another great guy. But at school, you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
So anyways, so after I walked away from the football program, right? I'm like, oh, I know Gilbert. I'm telling everybody, I know Gilbert. Because I knew he was on the varsity team. And I'm like, I'll play varsity too. So Levine's like, you know Gilbert? I'm like, yeah. He's like, so he walked over there to talk to him. And Gilbert's like, give the nod, like, yeah, he's cool. So Coach Levine's like, all right, let me see what you got. And he had me scrimmage with JV and Frost Soft or something like that. I'm thinking I'm the shit, right? He goes, yeah, you'll play Frost Soft. I'm like, what about JV? He's like, nah. So this is my jersey. This is my jersey, Frost Soft. Nice. I still have it because I mean,
fits you good,
it fits. But the thing is, I never got that varsity jersey. I'm gonna tell you why. So then, junior, senior, I played baseball 3 years at Grant, but I thought about it. I'm like, so Gil, you're in my grade? He's like, yeah. I'm like, but you played point guard. He's like, yeah. I'm like, fuck. What does that mean? Just like ARC. Sit your ass down. Then I played Frost Soft my sophomore year. But I thought, my junior year, I'll work. I'll play varsity. I felt I was good enough. But at the same time, I was like, I don't think I'm smart enough to know that I'm going to ride the pine. So I like, I'm going to let you guys play. And I dropped basketball and stuck to baseball. But that's my Grant Lancer Gil Arena story. But we kept in touch. I still see him once in a while, say hi to him. I don't want to bug him. He's done great for himself, great career. Does he still hold the record for like most points and all that at Grant,
I'm pretty sure.
Probably, huh?
Probably.
We have his jersey hung, right?
Yeah.
Number 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, the white one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up there. His son's like the best player in the city
His
right now.
son. Oh, is it Elijah?
Yeah.
Elijah, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Elijah, bro. You should have been a Lancer, my guy. He's a Chatsworth. Yeah, Chatsworth.
And
junior,
we played,
right?
Last
junior?
year. He's
a sophomore.
Yeah.
Oh, and he dropped like 50 at the championship game.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys played him?
Yeah.
At Grant or
at Grant?
Did Gil show up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And I mean, he was the best player on the court, but Grant, we were stacked. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way. What happened then?
Grant Chatsworth actually came out kind of hot, and they were up by like 12, 15 at half, and then Grant just turned it on second half, and we pulled away.
But he was a true freshman.
True freshman, yeah.
Right?
But best player on the court.
Jesus Christ!
And now this year as a sophomore, he's tearing it up.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was because I follow Gil and Gil's Arenas, his podcast, right? I think that's what it's called. Gil's Arenas, Gil's Arena. I think it's what it's called. And he'll post stuff about his son, and I just wrote on there. I'm like, because I can speak from experience. I'm like, Elijah's right. Elijah is way better than Gil was as a sophomore. Gil was good as a sophomore, but not this good.
Oh, he kind of bloomed later.
He was good, but not like this.
Yeah.
It was like, we know Gil's gonna be the guy, and even his senior, he was very good. But sophomore year, it was just kind of like, all right, it's coming.
Yeah.
And senior, he just dominated. But this kid's he's already, he looks like a senior is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
So Gilbert's senior year can be compared to his sophomore year, his son's sophomore year. And I mean, I don't know, competition-wise now, it's a little different. I don't know if it's, better competition for his son or not, or less than, but he's playing like Gil senior year already, and he's only a sophomore.
Coach Levine said the same thing. He
Really?
said he's much more polished
as a sophomore. As a sophomore.
Yeah. So.
And I think it comes back to guidance, right? I talk about guidance here on the show a lot. And fortunately for him, who's guiding him?
Yeah.
His dad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome, though. That's great. Yeah. So I've seen him at the gym at the 24-hour in Woodland Hills, and he's teaching them the small stuff, like do this, don't do that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sure he's got trainers and whatever the case may be, or maybe not, I don't know. And the high school coaches teach them their stuff. But I noticed from a distance, Gil's showing them, bro, this is what you need to do. Like, fuck all that.
Yeah.
Do this. So now he's learning the pro level in a high school level.
Yeah.
So of course he's running through them, which is amazing. I mean, good for him. And I think he's got a younger kid too that's even coming up, like a younger one.
I think it's a daughter too.
The daughter, one of the daughters is in. I think she got a ride to Louisville.
Oh yeah.
So she's gonna be a baller too, or she's already a baller.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Gil, Grant Lancer legend right there as well. This is a G House today, G House episode. But so now going back real quick before we start wrapping things up, but what do you think it's gonna take right now in regards to, because we were just talking about this before the league, we called it Sunset Six, right? Yeah. And now it's called East Valley. But there's a lot of teams that have been pushed out and brought in, and we got Arleta. I mean, Arleta wasn't even a high school back then.
Right.
There's Panorama City High School. What's it going to take, or is it even possible at this point to where we get these? How do we get, I guess, this division to be a prominent division in D1 in anything? And when you have so many schools now, I guess is what I'm saying. It gets a little complex now, right? Now, there's
is.
like 5 different in baseball. There's like 5 divisions, I think, 4 or 5.
I think four.
Which I remember 1 or 2 back then.
Yeah. I think it was city and open. I mean, city and invitation.
Yeah. So how does it work now for you guys as coaches, especially you? You're dealing with the football and baseball, where not just to make it competitive, but how do you compete with all these schools? I guess is the easiest way to explain it.
Yeah, it's the difficult thing is, again, there's so many schools.
There's so many schools
and
now.
Kids are not playing Little League as much as far as the kids that Grant is getting.
Okay.
It's hard to get kids that have experience. Fortunately, we've had a couple who played travel ball, who played Little League.
Yeah.
And so we build around them. But the difficult thing is we're getting these kids who are just completely raw, and we got to show them how to play the game.
Yeah. I've heard of that a lot, actually. More than before.
Back when I played, and I'm sure it was the same thing with you.
Yeah.
You didn't make the Grant baseball team if you didn't play Little League.
You had to
you had to have experience.
We had and I'm sure all the other schools did too at my time. We had a line of people trying out.
Yeah.
Like it was like, and I've always been confident. Like I've always been a confident guy. But I was like, shit, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then you go to the P wall, right, where they put up the list and you see if you made your name. Yeah. Like, I mean, it sounds corny or whatever the case may be, but that's how it was.
Yeah.
It was literally like, are you going to make the squad? Mm-hmm. And now it's kind of like, we need players type of thing, right?
Yeah. Well, with baseball, we get a little bit more guys come in and try out.
Okay.
But it's guys who, I mean, they can't even throw.
They never played.
They've never played.
I've heard that.
They don't know how to throw. They don't know how to catch.
And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That guy would have never touched the field.
Yeah, it would have been like, oh, we don't even need to see anything.
Yeah, we're good. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Have a good day. No offense, but yeah.
And now it's like, if we get the few Little League guys we have who played, it's like, oh, you're a blue chip recruit. So
yeah, wow.
And that's a tough thing. But same thing with football. It's hard to get kids with prior experience, but you try to find the athletes.
Same thing with football, huh?
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. Yeah, it's I have noticed that.
It's the private schools, it was.
Is there
back in our day, kids played city section ball, public school ball, and now privates are just getting all the.
How does that work? How does that work though? How are they doing that? Is it meaning like there are more funds for them to pull that off, or is there more? Or is there more?
They can give a kid a scholarship. They can. They can offer more things than a public school can.
Yeah. What real quick, where do you see this football team coming along for next season? I know you said you're very excited about them for this all these juniors and all that, right? Who are our top guys right now?
Our quarterback's back. It'll be his 3rd year as a starter, Armin.
Wow.
And then we have,
what's Armin's last name?
Armin Hovsepian. Yeah, he also played baseball. He's not playing this year, but he was a hell of a center fielder.
You got to play, Armin.
I know.
Get to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then we have a Carson Rinka who's a baseball and
no
football
way.
player.
Nice.
Yeah, he's hitting over 500 right now.
Nice. There you go, Carson.
Yeah.
Shout out to Carson.
He's a sophomore.
Nice.
He's going to be a really good two-way player in baseball and football.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just go on and on. All the guys we're bringing back.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing to have. Yeah. Running backs, all our receivers were sophomores, every single one of them. So we'll be a lot better this year. Looking forward to it.
And then our baseball team, how do we turn that around? Because I know that we've been slacking there a little bit. It's been rough for the baseball program, but now it's coming up, and
we're just trying to get as many guys with experience as possible, and then if they don't, and we get them as a freshman, because some of the guys we have playing key roles for us right now, they didn't play Little League. We had to develop them. It's a lot of work, but if they have some talent, if you can throw and catch the ball,
that's a start.
That's a start, and we can work on stuff from there. So, we got this year, we got next year with some of the guys coming back, and then it might be rebuilding again. But
okay, wow. Well, I'm super happy you made it today. It's a special episode for me as a fellow Lancer as well. Shout out to all our Lancers from the Valley. Unite the Valley. Purpose of this podcast really is just to show the kids that it can be done. It has been done, and you're one of those people. You know, you went to Grant, you continued your education, you came back, you're giving back, and as kids we did our own things, or we learned from our mistakes, right?
Absolutely.
And now they're back giving that back to the community. It's amazing. I just think it talks about role models, like what I was talking to you about, guidance. And back in the days when I was a kid, there was no YouTube. There's none of this stuff where I can see somebody and be like, oh, that's a good, maybe I should mimic him versus what I'm seeing out in my neighborhood per se, right?
Yeah.
So I hopefully this reaches out to people out there, and we can give back to to young ones out there, so you guys can see that it can be done. We could do a lot more than we think we can sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a little. You got the timer over there, Andrew? You got a little timer that we have we do a fire. It's like a 20-second fireball question that I like to do. I don't know if you got that on there. No, like you just gotta buzz it off at the end. I'm just gonna ask. So we do a fireball question. This is sponsored by Fireballs. No, I'm kidding. A 20-second countdown. I'm gonna ask you some questions. You just spit out the answers.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there. You let me know when you're ready, Andrew.
Hold on. I'm trying to look for a timer, right?
Yeah, you can just use your phone. Let's go.
Okay, gotcha.
So we'll mix in a little bit of real estate and all that good stuff.
Sounds good.
And then we got a little gift for you as well that at the end of the show.
20 seconds?
Yeah, 20. Do 25. Sometimes I run out of time.
All right, sure.
All right, ready?
All right, go ahead.
One story, two story home.
One story.
Pizza, cheese or pepperoni?
Pepperoni.
Baseball or football?
Football. 1A and 1B though. 1A, 1B.
1A, 1B. Quarterback or wide receiver?
Playing wide receiver, coaching quarterbacks.
You got coaching baseball or coaching football?
Ooh, I would lean football.
To end the show, or at least to towards the end of the show, we got a little gift for you. This is old school stuff right here. So here's what year were you born? You're way younger
87.
than 87. Okay, yeah. So you were 5. 1992
yes.
Tops.
Yes, sir.
So this is actually sponsored by Mama Breaks. Mama Breaks, thank you, Mama Breaks, Stephanie, for giving us these cards. She's she's with Tops, and she's a card collector. Mama,
nice.
Look up Mama Breaks. We'll have her information here. Thank you for the cards. Let's see what you got here.
Thank you.
Let's open. So you were 5 when these came out.
Yeah.
This was my prime time. Let's see who you get. Maybe you get somebody good or somebody you recognize. Let me see. Ooh, I forgot to ask you, was it Dodgers or Angels for baseball?
Atlanta Braves, baby.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he's the Braves fan. That's right. Dun, dun, dun. Maybe you get a Brave there. Let me see. I got Bit Roberts. Mike
Richard
Gardner.
Corbin.
This is who you get.
Ooh, Ruben Sierra.
Oh, that's a Phil
made-
Plantier, bro. You're too young for this, but Phil Plantier had the craziest batting stance.
Oh,
Look
yeah?
up Phil Plantier batting stance. Bananas. Like how he hit the ball, I have no idea.
Don Mattingly.
You got Donnie Baseball. All right. That's a cool one. Steve Howe. Let me see here. Dun, dun, dun. Julio Valera. Rusty Meachcam. Danny Nagel. I remember him. Dick Schofield. These are all old school names, bro. Kevin Seitzer. Zane Smith, the lefty pitcher. Oh!
What you got?
I got Griffey, baby.
Oh.
Let's go. I got Griffey right here. Members' choice. Look at that.
Nice.
I got a few of those. I'll let you keep this one.
Kid.
The kid. Kevin Mitchell. Man, that guy was a badass. They called him Batman. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, really?
When he's with the Giants, yeah. I got no Braves for you, bruh.
I got
Anybody?
one Brave.
You're like
Charlie Linebrandt.
Charlie Line.
That's the only Brave I got.
That is awesome. And then I believe you got this for us for the show.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do we have a Sharpie, Andrew? We can have him sign it. If you don't mind giving us your zig. Do you have a black one? Anthony's here. My bad. Here you go. Oh, can you grab that?
Yeah.
Thanks, bro. If you don't mind signing that, that'd be great. And ending it off with Mr. Lancer himself. The Italian stallion, Grant Lancer, Franco Stasilli.
Thanks
Let's
for having
go.
me, man.
That's awesome, bro. Thank you again. And join us on the next Safe at Home podcast. Mr. Lancer here, and I'm a Lancer myself, so this is a special episode. Shout out to everybody in the Valley. Safe at Home podcast. Peace, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.